Welcome back. This is probably going to be 2022 when this video's out. Yeah. So here's to a good 2022.
Yeah.
You know, it can't get worse. But I said that at the end of 2021, or I said that at the end of 2020, and you could argue 2021 has been worse.
Yeah. I wonder what Omicron's going to be like.
I know. Well, if you're watching this,
we'll know.
We'll know. We're back. We're going to talk about some cheap gear items, some of our favorite gear items, and specifically all the stuff you can get for under $30. I kind of set that as the threshold for this video, and I have a few bonus items that may be in the $30 to $50 range, but we'll save those for the end. Do the plug. Give them the plug.
All right. I got to remember everything. Okay. Obviously, you got to hit the bell notification, and you got to like this video.
Hit the bell.
You got to hit the bell.
Smash the bell.
You got to hit the bell because we go live, and people get upset when they don't get notified, and we go live randomly. So, like, hit the bell. You'll know. Also, subscribe to the Backcountry BSing channel. That's where we post all of the podcasts. So also hit the bell so you get notifications there. Rate us on iTunes. It helps.
You can also rate us on Spotify, I think, now.
Yeah, rate us on iTunes and Spotify. That helps with the algorithms. Puts us to the top.
It can be a negative rating.
Yeah, it can be even maybe.
Yeah. Stir some controversy.
Will that put us in the bot? Will that kill the
I'm not sure. Maybe don't do that. Check out the merch, too.
Yeah.
Teespring.com/stores/Schill Brothers Outdoors. You can get sick merch. All this is high quality stuff. So item number one, this is I'm going to work a stage right to left. So this is an easy one. This is way south of $30. I got this, and I'll put links to all this stuff in the description, but I got this 3-pack of bandanas for like $4.99.
If you watch all of your videos, you can see me constantly using a bandana.
I was gonna say, Andy's the hype man for bandanas. I now take two bandanas on every trip now.
Yeah, so I use it for cleaning out pots. I use it for picking up hot things. I use it for blowing my nose.
Did you use the same bandana for all three of those?
Actually,
that's a little gross.
No, I actually carry two.
I carry two now as well for that.
I carry like one. Sometimes I carry two. One of them might be with my cook kit for like cleaning up and stuff. But yeah, so useful. Get a bandana.
Yeah, I carry two. One stays in the cook kit for like kind of as like a napkin. You gotta hang that in your bear bag, and then grabbing hot stuff. And then I keep a second bandana. Sometimes as a sweat rag, as a handkerchief, blow my nose in, and they weigh nothing. Super cheap. If you destroy them, whatever, doesn't care.
Yeah, they all get holes in them from like picking up hot stuff. That's pretty normal.
Great gift. Next item. So this is two different items. I don't know if you can collectively get them both for $30, but they're two items I want to talk about. One is get yourself a high quality steak bag. It doesn't necessarily have to be Dyneema. I like this one from Hilltop Packs because I'm always like, did I put my steaks in the bag? Where are my steaks?
Orange.
And this bright orange. I mean, it's funny. It says "Don't freaking lose me," but I just like the fact that it was orange.
Yeah.
And you can get that for less than $20. The steaks inside of it. We've got so many videos on steaks, but my go-to steak is the MSR Mini Groundhog. You can get, I think you can get 6 for like $10 to $15. Is this your preferred steak as well?
Yeah, the Mini Groundhog is in my opinion the best compromise from like weight to strength.
Yeah, so they're not titanium. We kind of hate titanium steaks. They are aluminum, but they're short, so they're not that heavy. I love steaks that have glow wire poles on the end of them like these do, and I like the kind of tri-point, I don't know how you describe it, Y steak design. These are great steaks, and we have tried like 10 different types of steaks.
Oh, and I love whenever we do a steak video and like all the titanium shepherd's hook like lovers come out and start like hating on us. I don't care what you say, all you titanium shepherd's hook people, your steaks suck.
Yeah, and I will say that the Durston uses titanium shepherd's hooks, and in like ideal conditions, they're okay, but the Mini Groundhogs work, and they're not that much heavier than titanium steaks. Next item, and this might not be something that applies to everybody, but if you take either if your phone for pictures, or if you take, if you're YouTubers like us and take a camera, this little guy called the ULTRAPOD, the Pedco ULTRAPOD, and I even bought the beefier one, which is still under $30. Have I showed you that? I got the big one.
Yeah.
But this little one, and I have an adapter on the top for the Peak Designs capture clip, so you can get both of these for under $30. This thing is like $12.
Made in the USA.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
Isn't that sad that we have to we get to call out that we have a product that's made in the USA?
I think the MSR sticks are made in the USA too. Yeah. And the Hilltop Packs thing's made in the USA.
Yeah.
The bandana's 100% made in China. Yeah. But the ULTRAPOD, the thing I like about it is it's got a ball head mount on it, which is the way to go. And the other thing is with this Velcro strap, you can affix it to a trekking pole. So, I mean, and it weighs nothing. It's just got a standard threaded mount on the top, so you can put anything on it. You can put a smartphone adapter on it.
If you're vlogging, shooting YouTube videos, or just like basic camera stuff, you just take one of these instead of like a tripod.
Yeah, which you can hook this onto a trekking pole and make like a monopod out of it. But for like how cheap it is, and you can see we've had this thing for like 3 or 4 years now. I mean, it can't break. It's just a piece of plastic.
Yeah, and I think it was Darwin that got us on these. He had a video.
Shug.
Was it Shug?
Shug got me on this. So I love it. Not necessarily just for YouTubers, but if you bring your camera and you want to get some good shots or whatever, I mean, it weighs nothing, it costs nothing, and it's durable. Love it. Next item, great budget item, under $30. I use these. Andy doesn't use these. This is a compression sack. Now, a bunch of companies make them. I have both a Sea to Summit and an Outdoor Research compression sack. The reason I like these is when we use our super smaller packs, like a 40-liter pack or something, and I'm bringing like a 0-degree quilt, which I've done in the winter, there is value in expending an extra like ounce or two and being able to shrink the volume of that sucker down. Now, a big disadvantage to these, and I mainly use them in the winter, is they're not waterproof. So if you are going to use something like this and you're going somewhere where there's rain, I've learned the hard way, you need to put this in just put it in like a Kroger bag or like a trash bag or something, but they're not waterproof, but you will save a lot of volume in your pack if you use these. And bonus, I started traveling with these, like travel. You could just take all your dirty clothes in your suitcase and just compress them into one of these. And then if you need to go buy your wife some things or some knickknacks, you have more luggage space. So that's actually how these were initially meant for. These weren't meant for backpackers. Next item, we just won't shut up about these. We've used these. This is exactly $29.99.
You know what's funny is that like there's some companies that are putting out similar like styles of like headlamps, bidding for that market share.
Yeah.
So like I think the future is you got a lot more smaller rechargeable headlamps with some decent lumens coming out.
So this is the it's made by Lightsmith. So what Lightsmith does is
NITECORE.
No, this is sold by Lightsmith.
Yes.
NITECORE makes the headlamp, and what Lightsmith does is they put this like ultra light
shock cord
kind of
head
strap, I guess.
Yeah.
And I really like this design.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've worn this running. I like this design a lot, and this strap saves a few ounces over the stock strap, which they still send you if you buy this from Lightsmith. But this is the NITECORE like NU25. They make a couple different models. Love it. It's the lightest headlamp we've ever used. It's rechargeable. It's got different modes. It's pretty light. And the battery lasts a while.
Yeah, it does. And it's got good lumens too on full power. I think it's close to 300 lumens on full power.
It's at least 200 lumens, but love these things, and they're cheap, so why not? Next item. We've also talked about this stuff a lot. There are now, because of TOAKS, 100% made in China, unfortunately, but there are a lot of good titanium cookware options you can get now that aren't super expensive. So in the past, companies like Evernew, or what were the other, like titanium, Snowpeak,
Vargo, MSR.
Yeah, they like titanium stuff is so expensive, but you can get a good, like this titanium coffee mug was under $20. The folding spork was like $8, and it's good. It's hot. It's not double walled. It's not double walled. Can't have everything.
Well, you don't want to boil water in a double wall.
No, but it's good. It's cheap. I have like 2 or 3 of these now. They make good little presents, knickknacks.
Yeah.
But I've been very happy with the quality of TOAKS.
Yeah,
to be quite honest,
it's great for the price too.
It's good for the price, under $30. You could probably get this coffee mug and a spork for under $30. So there you go. Have at it. Next item. Now this item, you could make these for like 90 cents, but a good cat can a cat can model alcohol stove. So this one, and I'll have a link to this. You have one of these, right?
Yeah, and it's funny. We get hit up a lot asking us like through DMs and email like to recommend a alcohol stove, and I always send them links to the Zelf cat can stove.
Yeah, so Zelf is this guy who makes homemade. He makes a bunch of different alcohol stoves. This is what he calls the Fancy Feast stove because it's made from a can of Fancy Feast cat food. But there's a couple of things that are special to this. One, I think it's like maybe $15, maybe a little less. But the reason that this is kind of special is one, it has an integrated pot stand, so that lip. So a lot of alcohol stoves, unless you're our buddy Bryce, you need a pot stand to like put the pot on top of the stove. This has it. The other thing that I really like about this stove is it has a wick on the inside of the stove. So most alcohol stoves, you gotta like flame the actual alcohol itself, which can be a pain. And you might burn yourself. It's not that bad, but with the wick, you can just light the wick and it'll light the stove itself. So super cheap, made in the USA. I think it's made in Cleveland, and a high quality product. Now, what you will need if you get an alcohol stove is you will need a titanium windscreen. These were definitely under $30. We got these on Etsy. I don't remember who we got them from. I mean, this is like 5 years old, but
they're out there.
I would recommend actually Etsy is a good place to get one of these. I don't know. Oh, Dutch might make them now. I'm not sure.
They're out there. There's a bunch of people that make them.
But a good cat can stove and a good titanium windscreen under $30, super light. If you want to, do ultralight cooking, this is the way to go. So a lot of cheap cooking items.
Yeah, and notice how this all nests together.
That wasn't done by accident, And you can get the coffee mug that's got a little lip on it there.
And if all you're doing is boiling water and putting it in a mountain house, this is perfect.
That's perfect. And yeah, super cheap, weighs nothing. Next item, you can't go wrong with a good piece of cordage.
Yeah, and I am of the opinion now of, it's sad to say, but you take a little bit of a weight penalty for this, but get the glow wire.
Oh, the weight penalty has got to be minimal.
It's minimal.
It's got to be like milligrams.
It's absolutely minimal. And prices, it's more expensive too.
Yes, it's definitely more expensive. I think all backpacking cordage you ever get should be glow wire. Yeah. So glow wire, what it is they weave fluorescent material into the wire. So when you shine a light on it at night, headlamp, whatever, it just glows like crazy. So it's great for things like tie outs, so you don't trip on them. It's great for things like bear line. So you hang the bear line, go back to camp, have a few cocktails, and you're like, I gotta find the bear line. And if you just shine a light, and this stuff, like it is striking how easy this is to find. Additionally, this cordage, this is from Hilltop Packs. I got the kind of waxy, I don't know if they call it Dynaglide. It's got like a waxy coating on it, so it slips over tree branches easier. I think there's value in that.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of companies who do bear lines have like, I think you're right, Dynaglide or whatever.
Yeah, so if you could get some cordage under $30, get something that glows, and get something, I think it's called Dynaglide, get like the waxy coating on it, and you can't go wrong. And I always buy 50 feet of cordage, but you probably don't need that much. Next item, under $30, we all own like multiple of these. A good pair of darn tough socks. They're going to be on the more expensive side for socks, but lifetime warranty, super comfortable, and I love the I'll tell you what, these are inside out, but these are American flag darn tough socks.
Yeah, I
got a lot of compliments in Yosemite on these. A lot of people were doing double checks and be like, dude, those are great socks. But I love Darn Toughs. You love Darn Toughs. How many pairs of Darn Toughs do you think you have?
I have like 4 pairs.
Yeah. I think they're like between $10 and $18 depending on like the size and if you get a full ankle or whatever. But lifetime warranty. I have yet to like wear through a pair.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Which is pretty crazy because we wear them all the time for backpacking, but love a good pair of socks. Next item before we get to the bonus items, and there's a bunch of brands that make these a good buff. Another can be a multi-use item. I've used this for grabbing hot things off of stoves. In today's day and age, I've used it as a face cover when I have to go into establishments that require a face covering. Never thought I'd be using it for that purpose when I got this.
Maybe if you're like you're a thru hiker and you have to go to town, you just use your buff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than carrying a mask. This is what Hilltop Packs calls a face blanket. And, you know, we got a nice little custom thing on there. You don't have to get the Hilltop Packs one. It will be cheaper. Buff brand makes one. I think they're over $30, though.
I think you coined the phrase face blanket.
No, he calls it that.
But didn't you come up with the phrase face blanket?
No, I don't know who did, but
we were calling that up for a long time.
I don't know, but this item is literally called the face blanket. I wonder if the Buff term is
Oh, it for sure is because Buff is a company.
Yeah, so this is not a Buff, it's a face blanket, but I use it for running. Do you ever run in yours?
No.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and yeah, bonus, stop the spread. Hashtag flatten the curve.
I don't know if that fabric's doing a whole lot for you.
It's not. No, it might like dissemble the aerosols and be worse. I don't know. But at least you'll check the box for wearing a face covering. All right. So those are like our favorite, well under $30 items. I'm including the
spoon category.
I got a few more items that are above $30, but like no more than $40, $45 that are awesome and worth mentioning because they're so cheap and the value you get out of them is great compared to other products in that category. So we won't shut up about these. These are the Cascade Mountain Tech carbon fiber trekking poles. These are, I think, $39.99.
Yeah.
Lifetime warranty. This is my second pair because I actually broke the other pair. It wasn't the trekking pole's fault, but the first pair I used for like almost 5 straight years. Love these. You can buy them at Costco sometimes. And Cascade Mountain Tech in general, they have a chair now. They've got some good cheaper items.
You can get those from Bezos.
You can get these from Bezos. Love them. You've used these.
Oh yeah, they're great. When my trekking poles eventually die, I will just be getting those.
Yeah, and they're 3-piece too, which makes them way easier for traveling. So honorable mention for the CMT carbon trekking poles. Next item, I know you don't carry this specifically, but
I have one.
I actually was surprised with how much I like this item. This is an MSR pack towel. These, I believe, are around $40, which is so expensive for a freaking backpacking towel. But the amount of water this will absorb for how it weighs nothing. I mean, it literally it's like a lighter. I have taken this thing on more trips than I care to admit because listen, these things are great. These things aren't absorbing a ton of water. They're just kind of moving the water around. This thing absorbs water. So when we go on rainy trips, especially cold rainy trips, and like when we're bringing a lot of camera gear, it's really nice to have a towel that actually works. Also, like if your tarp is super wet and you want to put it in your pack, you can use this. Also, when our chairs get wet, we use this. So I got this item a few years ago and I really didn't think I'd use it that much, but I do bring it like on more trips than I'd like to admit. And it does work really well. I know you used a ShamWow.
No, I have a pack towel. I have an MSR pack towel. I hardly use it, but I mean, I agree with you. For what they're designed to do,
it works really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've bathed. I've like gotten in a body of water and dried myself off with this little one. So I'm very impressed with how much water it holds. So MSR pack towel. Next item, last item, honorable mention. We've also used this more than I'd like to admit. As someone, we used to hate on people who carried these things, bushcrafters. But this, I don't know.
I carry a saw.
Yeah, that's true. This is.
I love how it's just covered in ash.
I know this is, great. And it's getting it needs to get lubed up, man. It's getting real tight. This is a silky Gomboy. It's $40. You can get Bezos has got them. Made in Japan. I didn't realize this. The Japanese make a lot of backpacking products.
I know they make a lot
like
of
Evernews Japanese.
Yeah, they make a lot of ultralight. There's like a lot of like ultralight manufacturers in Japan too. I've seen
Japan's got mountains. They've got good backpacking.
They got. I've seen some trip reports there.
Yeah, I think
it's like I've seen somewhere it's like established campsites and stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a great, if you're looking for a saw now, it's not a buck saw design, which you could argue that's better, but for $30-$40.
If you want something just to cut up like, regular size dead wood, just have your average campfire, that's what you need.
And it's not expensive. It's really sharp. It needs we need to lube it up a little bit.
Yeah, you can
because we've used this a lot.
Yeah, we have. The nice thing too is, you don't have to take the plastic case for it. It stores pretty well.
Yeah, we never actually take this backpack.
And it's
tiny.
It's sharp. You can buy new blades for it.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah. For how effective it is at cutting wood, it's relatively light for a saw.
Yeah, it's like 8 ounces. It's really not bad. It's tiny. We take these in the winter, but I think for $30-$40, this is a good deal.
Yeah, a lot of people use them,
and a lot of people would find value in having this. So, honorable mention to the Silky Gomboy. Any other things come to mind? You got anything?
No, I'm sure we'll do more cheap gear.
We haven't done a really cheap gear video in a long time.
Yeah, and we've gotten a lot of relatively new things.
We got some new things, and we want to talk about it. So, thank you for watching this. I hope you're having a great 2022, and we'll see everybody on the next one.
Yep. See you later, folks.